Hello everyone, this is Ankur Budhiraja, Assistant Professor, BBA Department, CHIMS Greater Noida. In continuation to my previous lecture, where I formally started with the syllabus of Marketing Management, paper 203 of the IP University syllabus, I shall be taking up today in this lecture the functions and importance of marketing. This is probably the next topic in the syllabus. So following the syllabus's guideline only, functions and importance of marketing. As I already mentioned in my previous lectures, marketing and its functions are quite similar to the functions of any business because it is believed that businesses survive mainly because of marketing. So once I will talk about the functions of marketing, everyone will witness that these functions are not only the functions of marketing, rather the functions of trade, commerce, and any business. So let us talk about the functions of marketing, and there are several categories. The first function category is functions of exchange, where we have two major functions, buying and assembling and selling. So when I talk about buying and assembling, I mainly talk about buying of raw materials, sourcing of raw material from different sources, and assembling them in the factory or the plant so that they can be converted into goods and utility with some value addition. So buying and assembling talk about mainly gathering of or basically finding out the sources of raw material and collecting raw material and assembling them in the plant. Then the function of selling basically talks about the function of exchange, where transfer of ownership takes place from buyer to seller. Selling aims at mainly transferring the ownership from seller by selling the commodity produced or utility produced to the ultimate consumer or customer. Then come the second category of functions of marketing, and that's physical treatment functions. When I talk about physical treatment functions, they're also called as physical functions. Basically, they are something related to the physical movement of goods produced from the factory to the warehouse, from the warehouse to the markets. So they begin with standardization, grading, and branding. This set of functions form one group. So I'll talk about standardization. Standardization actually is a process of setting up of product specifications on the basis of the details such as ingredients, quality, parts, colors, and other physical characteristics. So, standardization is marking the product on the basis of its physical character traits or ingredients or quality standards. Then comes grading on the basis of standardization, on the basis of the characteristics given to every product. The manufacturer has to grade or categorize the commodities under various categories. Grades can be grade A, grade B, grade C on the basis of topmost quality, medium quality, and low quality. So medium quality will be grade B, topmost quality will be grade A, and the lowest possible quality is grade C. Or on the basis of color, or on the basis of ingredients. When standardization is done, on the basis of that, the groups of commodities are made, and they're actually put under certain grade categories, and this process is called grading. And then comes branding, which is very important function. Branding is giving a specific name to a generic product. Say for example, a pair of shoes may be put under a brand called Puma, or maybe put under a brand called Skechers, or maybe put under a brand called Nike. So when we give name to a product or a product category, that is called branding. So a brand is a name, specific name given to a generic product. Then comes packaging. Packaging is a very important function of marketing, and every marketing manager really contemplates and ponders over what packaging will consist of. because packaging has its importance, equal importance as a salesman is. It is said in marketing that packaging is a silent salesman. Packaging is the process or act of covering or wrapping the commodity in a cover called wrapper, or a packet or a package. This can be made of cardboard, steel, wood, or soft leather, plastic, etc., jute, etc. Packaging is done with the purpose of keeping the goods safe from external harmful elements. Also, packaging aims at increasing the aesthetic value of the commodity. A good package attracts customers easily. Then comes the function of storage, that is also called warehousing. So, warehousing is a linking pin between the factory and the markets. It's a place where the manufacturer and the marketer makes sure that the commodities produced in the factory are safely stored in a way that they are protected from physical calamities, rodents, pests, etc. Warehousing function also plays an important role in filling up or abridging the time gap, as I already mentioned in the previous lecture. So it is like there is a difference between the time of production and consumption of commodities. So till the time the commodities are consumed, already produced commodities are consumed, they are safely stored in the warehouses, and that function is the warehouse or storage function. Next comes transportation, which is physical movement of goods from the factory to warehouse and from the warehouses to the market. And this takes care of taking decisions as to what kind of transport medium will be hired or employed. So we can go for road transportation, we can go for rail transportation, air transportation, and water transportation. So transportation is physical movement of commodities from the seller's point to the buyer's point, that is from the factory to the market. Then comes the facilitating functions. As the name says, facilitating, they are supportive functions, and they're very, very important in making marketing an effective set of functions or effective activity. So we have personal selling. Personal selling is face-to-face interaction of a company's representative or a firm's representative who goes and meets the customers and tries to persuade them so that the goods can be sold. So personal selling is a face-to-face exchange of thoughts, exchange of understanding and communication about a product or a commodity of the company. Personal selling is usually done through an individual called salesman or a sales representative who is employed by the company. Then comes advertising. It's surrounding us 24/7, as I already told you. It's one of the major functions or major elements of, I should say, promotion mix. It is a paid form of non-personal communication of ideas, of messages about goods and services. Advertising is done through various media or vehicles like newspapers, magazines, television, radio, internet, etc. Then is the function of pricing, which is fixing up a money value for every commodity. No commodity comes free. Every customer has to pay some price for the commodity he purchases so that he can derive satisfaction out of that. So price is the money value or monetary value fixed for every commodity. There are several factors while fixing up pricing or prices of the commodities, which we'll be doing in the later units of the syllabus. Then is financing. It is nothing but acquiring money from banks and taking credit from various financial institutions to run the business. Marketing, as any other function area, requires a lot of money for smooth conduct and flow of its activities. So finance is nothing but acquiring credit or money from various sources. And of course, risk taking. No business is free from risks. So is marketing, being a part and parcel of every business. So risk taking is assuming and combating various types of risks, which may be risk of physical calamities or natural calamities, which can be risk of damage of product during transit or transportation, which can be theft of the product, or which can be malfunctioning of a machinery. Therefore, production comes to a standstill, and therefore marketing gets affected. Or which can be also risks related to market, risks related to environmental factors, and risks related to government policies and changes. Then is the next category, which is the research functions. That's probably the last category, if I'm not wrong. So the research functions have two major sub-functions, that is marketing research, which is nothing but a continuous effort of gathering relevant and pertinent information about market trends. A firm works, a marketing department works on the basis of information. The advertisements to be designed, the messages to be designed, the products to be modified and produced, all are dependent upon the information that is gathered through a systematic process of marketing research. So when I talk about marketing research, it's a process of understanding and getting insights about a phenomenon or a trend that is running in the market, so that relevant information can be gathered and can be supplied to various needy destinations, such as marketing manager, so that he can take relevant decisions in time. Then we have product development. Why this is kept under research function? Because this is research and development function actually. So whatever information is got through from marketing research, that information is then scientifically and systematically processed, so that new products can be developed, or there can be improvements or modifications that can be made in existing products. So product development deals with research and development and taking care of innovative ideas, taking into account innovative ideas so as to produce new output or new type of output, new types of products, so as to meet the changing demands and needs of the market. So the gist of functions of marketing should be quickly oriented towards four basic functions, or four categories of functions. The first one is, I already told you, functions of exchange, then physical treatment functions, then facilitating functions, and research functions. With this, the functions of marketing come to an end, and we move on to importance of marketing. Importance of marketing actually is a wide concept. And as shown in the picture or figure or diagram on the screen, we have divided importance for our convenience into three categories. That is, marketing is important for business, for customers, for society, economy, and nation. And if I talk about business, I will talk about manufacturers and sellers. And one by one, we'll take up each category. We'll move on to the first category, and that's marketing and its importance for customers. So we all know that our lives have become more comfortable and our standards of living have improved just because of availability of modern goods and services. But the question is, who has brought these goods and services at our disposal? And one word answer would be, it's just marketing. Had there been no marketing effort, customers would have not known about the new goods and services, the modern goods and services, the modern technology available in the market. So marketing offers a variety of modern goods and services to customers and thereby help raising their living standards. What we are enjoying today is just because of marketing. Probably because of marketing research, things might have been forecasted, and therefore that forecasted information might have led to development and uh, I should say production of latest goods and services which have made our life really comfortable and convenient. So new cars, new cell phones, new kinds of gadgets surrounding us, new mobile phones, etc. They're all surrounding us, and that's just the outcome of all the processes going behind under the domain of marketing. Then a very important function, marketing provides us necessary information about products and services, the brands, and how these brands and commodities have to be utilized. Therefore, it keeps us well aware and educated. Rather, I would say, in very simple terms, metaphorical terms rather, it keeps the customers connected to the business. It keeps the customers connected to the world of goods and services. So without marketing information, without promotion and communication, customers may remain uneducated and ignorant about what is happening around them in the market. The next point for importance of marketing for customers, marketing leads to need satisfaction through goods and services. That has been discussed in the previous lecture when I talked about the basic definition of marketing. See, I have an urge to have a comfortable car. So unless and until marketing operates and produces modern cars, my urge will remain an urge. My need will not be satisfied. So it is marketing and the processes behind marketing that lead to need satisfaction, to production of goods and services. Then marketing has given a customer wider choice of products so that the customer takes a lot of interest in choosing the exact product he wants from a variety of products. So marketing has made sure that customer today has larger choice. As a result, customer can make a choice or can choose the best possible product according to his pocket, his budget, and his needs. Had there been no marketing, probably customer would have just had one or two variants of product, and that's it. Then marketing creates several utilities for customers, including place utility, by offering products at the customer's doorstep, therefore making things very convenient for him. Time utility, it's just because of marketing and its sub functions that the products produced are delivered exactly as and when needed by the customer. And then possession utility, it helps the customers in becoming the owner of the commodity by way of exchange between the seller and the buyer. Now coming to the second category, that is importance of marketing for the business or for sellers and manufacturers. So it's just because of marketing the businesses are sustaining today. Marketing is the only function area that brings profitability to the business, that helps in earning revenue for the business. So the first point talks about the same thing. Marketing creates demand by persuading, coaxing, or by telling the customer why a product is needed, and therefore creates demand for the product. Demand leads to revenue generation, and revenue further brings profitability for the firm. So the first and the second point are quite similar. So the second point also talks about the same thing. It helps the firm earning revenue and therefore profits. Then the third one is, it's just because of marketing the business is getting connected to its stakeholders and the trends running in the market. Marketing research as a function of marketing is the main source of relevant information to business about what customers need, what do they prefer, what are the conditions or policies of the government, what are market trends, etc. Therefore, marketing is considered to be the eyes and ears of the business and keeps it in close contact with its environment, which is very, very necessary for the business to act and respond to the dynamism of the environment. Then marketing is the main reason for existence of a business. It is mainly the guiding element that not only helps the business survive, but also helps in expanding, growing, and sustaining. We already discussed once in the previous lecture that it's just because of marketing the firms are able to produce new things and bringing novelty for the customer, as a result of which customers prefer a particular brand, and because of the sale of that brand, the firms are surviving and sustaining. Then the next point, which is very important, is marketing is an artistic tool which offers a unique identity to business and helps it in gaining a distinct image in the market. So if I talk about advertisements, many of the companies are known for its advertisements, or moreover, I should say advertisements as a part of marketing distinguishes between identity of every brand. Moreover, branding as a function of marketing distinguishes or creates a unique identity of the commodities. So that's how we know Puma, Nike, or we know Airtel and Vodafone, and that's how we know as a distinguished identities of two different brands just because of marketing. Marketing further helps meeting and beating cutthroat competition by offering a competitive edge to the business. There are several strategies of marketing, for example, product strategy, pricing strategy, or promotion strategy, which, in case done really effectively, can create an edge for the business, therefore, helps the business to stand out amidst competition. Then marketing bridges the gaps between sellers and buyers. Just as it bridges the gap for buyers, it also helps the sellers to bridge certain gaps, which are gaps of knowledge, gaps of exchange, etc. The third category of importance of marketing is for society and economy. We all know modern marketing helps in raising living standards of society by offering variety of goods and services. That's how society upliftment takes place. Society modernization happens just because of new goods and services, which were probably not present 5 years or 10 years ago, but are present today, making the lives of society at large more comfortable. Then marketing creates huge level of employment. I must say here, marketing is one functional area that generates maximum employment for the masses. So the marketing and selling jobs provide highest number of employment opportunities, thereby leading to economic development. Higher the employment rate, more is the economic development. Then a macro level point I have written here is the nation's income is largely dependent upon flow of goods and services and revenue earned from their sale. Of course, this is a circular and unending circle, I should say, unending flow of goods and services. Goods and services are produced, they are sold, for which some money is paid. With that money, the companies grow, produce more goods and services, and these more goods and services are further sold, thereby there is an unending flow of goods and services, therefore creating a flow of goods and services for running the nation's economy. Then marketing is one of the most important multipliers and a strong engine for nation's development. So if I talk about economics here, so if I bring economics here, it is marketing is a multiplier. Marketing produces goods and services as explained in the previous point. These goods and services are sold to the customers. Customers therefore pay price for it. So because of the profits earned by the firms therefore make better investments, and better investments lead to better economic conditions. Marketing has also now come up as one of the most sought after or looked up to career options, because marketing jobs offer attractive salaries even to a fresher. And it is also believed that usually marketing managers or marketing people really reach to the top if they sustain and if they really work hard in this direction. So it leads to betterment of lives. With this, I have come to the end of the importance of marketing. So in this lecture, we talked about the various functions of marketing and the various categories that are benefited from marketing efforts. We will take you through the next topics in the future lectures or next lectures. Thank you so much for now.